everyone, and welcome back again this week to Computing Dynamics here on YouTube. If you're new here and you don't know me, my name is Tiffany Iden and I am the National Account Manager. This week I wanted to quickly go over basically a case study of a customer that came on board with us more recently, because their needs and what they're looking for and the challenges they've encountered I don't believe are unique to just them, and sharing some of the specifics around how we ended up being a good fit for this customer and moving forward with them may resonate with you. My hope is that by sharing this quick video with you, you might identify like, hey, some of these problems, they sound a lot like what we're going through right now, and the solution sounds like maybe if it worked for them, it could work for us. And that might lead us to have more of a conversation around your group's unique needs and whether or not this is a good fit for you. So with that, I will jump right in. This group has 8 stores, and that ranges across both Canada and the US. The group does have multiple DMS providers within the group for their stores, so that was something we had to integrate. And the other thing is that they had more than one brand. So this group has grown slowly over time, adding one store at a time, and in doing so, what's always worked for them is more of a regional approach. Each individual manager has had the opportunity to take advantage of their unique management style and how that jives with their team, and also, the way the team can tailor their performance approach to their individual regional markets. That said, more recently, since the group is now, 8 stores and still growing, they realized that there might be a missed opportunity to layer in a corporate level of financial management, just so that they could take advantage of some things like, understanding group level performance across the group, what's working, what's not working, where are there opportunities to create better efficiencies and reduce duplication of efforts, and, hopefully save some time and money while bettering their results. So, the first step involved with that was getting a corporate controller on board. And once they did that, that controller started to seek out some potential solutions to help them meet their new corporate level goals. They looked at a lot of different products. Some were automotive specific, some were not automotive specific, but work in the automotive world. And they encountered a variety of challenges throughout their search. I already mentioned that they have multiple DMS providers within the group. So one challenge there is just that not all DMS have the same output. The file itself can have very different formatting. So that's one thing they had to accommodate. But the larger challenge was that each of the OEM have their own factory statement that has its own unique formatting. Things don't line up apples to apples between statements. So when you're trying to do corporate level reporting for a group that has multiple OEM statements to work with, this can be a challenge to get multi-brand reporting that is consistent across the board. The next thing that they encountered were with the non-automotive specific solutions. So what I mean by this is there were really powerful data analysis tools and report building tools, but because it's not built specifically for automotive, and you have to build all of the reports that you need to run individual auto dealerships as well as an automotive group at corporate level yourself from scratch. So they decided to run with this solution on a trial basis just to see if it would meet their needs. But what they found out was that the time involved with the extra build, or alternatively, the money involved with having the providers build this for them on the back end, was going to be way outside of scope. So immediately they were either sacrificing a ton of productivity or a ton of extra money just to get up and running in the first place. Related to that was the high price tag. In every one of these cases with the other solutions they were looking at a significantly higher monthly cost to get set up with the system and then to maintain it for what they needed. So especially with 8 stores, when you're being charged on a per store basis, that adds up very quickly. And this resulted in an additional invoice totaling 5 figures that were above what they were originally quoted. So now we're way beyond budget that we had set aside for this product, and it's still not working the way that we need it to. So, a high price tag for something that's really sophisticated, fast, has the tools you're looking for, that's understandable. I think where you run into the problem here is that when you have the high price tag, but you have to put in the time to build it and maintain it and do everything manually yourself, then it sort of loses that value that makes it worthwhile for that price tag. So once we had a chance to, review their needs with them, understand where they were at, we were able to take that away and really understand some key differences where we could work with them to meet the specific needs that they were looking to fill. So the first one is automotive specific. I mean, it doesn't sound like something that is that critical until you consider the fact that there are complicating factors, like, especially if your automotive group is being built, 1 or 2 stores at a time, slowly building the size of your group. Often in the case of these acquisitions, you're going to be working with a DMS that is not what you're currently using. And even if you switch, you're trying to kind of patch things over and make do, right? Until you can get everything onto the same DMS you're used to using. The other thing is, again, the differences in the OEM statements and how all of the data comes together across your group is something that we understand really well because we've been dealing in this space exclusively for the last 26 years. So you don't have to worry about statement changes that happen year over year. New vehicle lines, changed expense lines. These are things that our team knows, and every year we have a system for integrating these changes into the reporting software for our customers automatically so that they just run a quick update and they're up and running again in January for their January month end. Another thing that's important to mention here is 50 plus out of the box ready to use reports from day one. So we install the package and you're off to the races the first day you have it because everything's pre-built for you based on what we know about how you run your business. We know what your service manager needs to see versus what the general manager or owner of a store needs to see versus what kind of reports you need at a corporate level. So that's another thing that we do really differently is from day one with our product, you're ready to start using it and getting the value out of it. The next point that I would highlight is the automation. So something we really believe in here is that getting the right insights is very important, for sure. But it's not just about getting the right insights. It's about doing it in a way that allows for less work needed, less time lost, generating the reports and distributing the reports, and more time actually using them. So as I mentioned, you do get a host of reports that you're able to use right from day one, but what's really powerful about those reports is not just what's in the reports, it's how you get them. Every month, you're running just a quick 5-minute routine on your computer, and that routine, all at once with the click of one button, is going to roll your month forward to the new month. It's going to update all of your reports to the new month after it changes month, and it's going to distribute them. The service manager gets their report, the new vehicle manager gets their report, and so on and so forth, directly to their inbox or to a shared folder automatically, all when you press that one button. You don't even have to open your email. Right? It does it on its own in the background. You can go grab a coffee, and when you come back to your desk, rather than having to worry about sending off individual emails and everything else, you're ready to dive in and actually start using those reports and putting those insights to good use. Lastly, and this is something that I know we mention often in our videos, but here it was, I think, especially appreciated, is the affordability piece. What the client needed here was something that was going to work for their needs faster, without manual setup work, and without surprise costs. And for us, the product ticked all of the boxes in terms of what they needed in a product, and the only thing outstanding was, are we going to get hit with a surprise bill outside of what you quote later? Or are your prices going to be so astronomical that it's not something we can take on right now? Especially because at the time I'm making this video, we are still recovering from COVID-19 and what that did to our marketplace in early 2020. So it was a combination of the fact that our monthly fees are a fraction of the cost of other providers in this market space. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. We are extremely affordable to begin with. But on top of that, we have a really transparent upfront pricing policy when it comes to anything above and beyond what you would get with a standard package. And so that meant that even if they had additional needs, they knew that they were never going to get hit with any surprise extra costs that could blow their budget up. So that's it. I mean, there were a lot of other things that really connected with this group. I'm loving some of the positive feedback that I continue to get from them about how excited they are to use the forecasting tool this season because it's going to make their lives so much easier. And they really appreciate how it's going to save them time and give them even deeper insights and better reports than what they've had before. There's a lot more positive to this than even what I'm sharing here, but in the interest of keeping the videos quick and sweet like we like to keep them, I'll stop it here. I'm just going to say to you that if you're relating to any of this, or if you have questions about it that you want to discuss with me, if you don't already know, I keep a link down in the description box. Just click it, pick a spot in my calendar, and book some time with me when it works best for you, and we'll find out if this is something that might work for you. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that button and keep in touch with us that way, and we will be back soon with another video for you. At the time I'm filming this, it's getting close to the end of August, which means that budgeting and forecasting season is just on the horizon. So we are getting ready to release our 2021 eclipse forecasting product, and I'll walk you through the product so that you can get a sneak peek at the key features and how it really truly makes your life easier when you're trying to build a budget for your dealership or dealerships if you're part of an automotive group. That's it. That's all I have. I'll let you go. Thanks so much for stopping by, and take care.